Look at your bank account. Look at the price of your groceries. Look at the house you want to buy but can't afford. We are told this is just the economy. We are told inflation is a natural law, like gravity, but it's a lie. There was a specific day, a specific hour, where the path of your life was changed by a man in a wood-paneled room. On August 15th, 1971, the world's most powerful engine was disconnected from its fuel. Since then, we haven't been living in a free market. We've been living in a simulation. The question is, why did they break the money? And why are they pretending it's still fixed? To understand the present, we have to look at the golden age, post-1 The world operated on the Bretton Woods system. The US dollar was backed by gold, and every other currency was backed by the dollar. It was an anchor. A loaf of bread in 1950 cost 25 cents. In 1960, still 25 cents. Wealth was built through saving, not gambling on stocks. But by the late 60s, the US was fighting a costly war in Vietnam and funding a great society at home. They were printing more dollars than they had gold, and the world started to notice. Think of the gold standard as a leash. The government is a dog that wants to run, spend, and grow. The gold is the stake driven into the ground. It provides a hard limit. When Nixon ended the gold backing, he didn't just change a policy. He changed the DNA of value. Metaphor 1, the infinite copy machine. Before 1971, printing money was like printing tickets to a theater with 100 seats. After 1971, they kept printing tickets but stopped building seats. Metaphor 2, the ruler that shrinks. Imagine trying to build a house with a ruler that gets 1 inch shorter every year. That is what happened to the purchasing power of your salary. Metaphor 3, the diluted soup. The government had a pot of soup, the economy. To feed more people without buying more ingredients, they just kept adding water. It looks like more soup, but it tastes like nothing. Metaphor 4, the casino without a clock. Without gold, the economy became a game, where the house can change the value of the chips while you're still at the table. August 15, 1971, President Richard Nixon goes on national television. He calls it a temporary suspension of the gold window to protect the dollar. It greatest temporary measure in human history. It's still in effect today. The moment the link was cut, the great decoupling began. If you look at the charts, a strange thing happens right at 1971. Productivity continues to climb. Workers are getting more efficient, but wages flatline. The gap between the two is the wealth that was printed away. The elite, who are closest to the money printer, got richer. The worker, who is furthest from the printer, saw their labor devalued. This wasn't a mistake. It was a harvest. The ripple effects are everywhere. We shifted from a saving culture to a debt culture. Why? Save money that is designed to lose value. Instead, we borrow. We've traded stability for volatility. Financial crises used to happen once a generation. Now they happen every decade. We are trapped in a cycle of print. Bubble, crash, repeat. We are working harder than our grandparents for a smaller slice of the pie. All because the yardstick we use to measure our lives is made of vapor. The Nixon Shock was the day money became a political tool rather than a store of value. We can't go back to 1971, but we can stop pretending the current system is sustainable. History shows us that every fiat currency in existence has eventually returned to its intrinsic value. 0. We are currently in the late stage of an experiment that started 55 years ago. The truth is unsettling. The system isn't broken. It's working exactly as intended for the people who built it. Narration. If the dollar is a shrinking ruler, what are you using to measure your future? Tell me in the comments. Do you think we'll ever see a return to sound money? Or is the era of real value gone forever?